Good morning everyone and welcome back, but check this out. You can see we are putting milk in the vat this morning. It's the first time. Filling up. Once it gets to the stirrer then I'll turn it on, but oh, that's a good sight. However, that was actually yesterday now, and since then we have got 2 days worth of milk in the vat. You can see there's a little bit of condensation around the side, so that is the milk line there. Not sure how much is in there exactly, maybe around about 1,000 litres. We'll find out exactly though when the tanker picks it up tonight, but it is a little bit exciting. That's the start of our new season, and it is a little bit nerve-wracking, always the first pickup, because if you're going to get a grade, generally it'll be on your first one. Although, it's going to be interesting. I need to look at the records when I go back in for lunch soon and see how much we sent on the first pickup last year. I think we could be a little bit earlier than last year, and I think there's probably a little bit more in the milk or in the vat too, because it feels like we have been calving pretty well this year. Well, as of today, we're about a third of the way through, and we started about 10 days ago, so that is pretty good going. The milkers are just there, and there's some heifers in this paddock. We actually drafted them out this morning. They are empty, so there's 3 of them. There's one standing in the corner, one in the race. She jumped over the gate, and there's one somewhere else as well. They're getting picked up in the morning. There's also another 2 empty cows that are in with the milkers, so we'll pull them out. There's 5 of them going in total. But it was pretty interesting. I texted my works buyer and booked them in, when was that? At the end of last week, and he finally got back to me and he said they've got to go to Northland, so they're actually heading up to a meatworks up there. Couldn't get them in around here, obviously there's just no space at the moment, but it will be good to get them gone. It's just another 5 less mouths to feed. Looks like last year we first supplied or sent milk on the 27th, and today is the 26th, so we're a day earlier than last year, so pretty much the same time, and we sent 145 solids in that first pickup between 2 days. And if I swap that over to litres, we sent 1,426 litres. That's actually more than I thought. Feels like the cows have calved quicker, but maybe that's just the dry weather. But I'm not sure if we'll beat that this time. I don't think there's 1,400 litres in the vat, but I guess time will tell. I've been looking for this little book for ages, and I've finally found it. I had misplaced it for quite a while. But these are the calving books, and we carry these with us during calving and record all our little notes. This is the one that I'm carrying at the moment. See, I write on the inside, that's 2023, and this is last year's one. So I'm glad I found it, because what I wanted to do is just go back and have a little look. What I also do is write there's 20 lines on each page, so I go and write what lines are, well, one cow goes in which line, so I write how many cows calve at the top, or what it's between, what 20. And what I wanted to do is go back and have a little look. Gone too far, and today is the 26th, like I said, so if we go to this page, 26, so carry it through on to here, and we had calved 102, and compared to this year we're at about 107. I thought we'd actually calved a little bit quicker than last year, but it just goes to show we're pretty much exactly the same. Like 5 cows is nothing, and we've had a pretty good day today actually. We had 12, and that's without doing an afternoon pickup as well. There wasn't actually any calves over there when I checked about an hour ago, but this year we probably have had a few more calving problems, like already, and we're a third of the way through, we've pulled 5. We actually pulled one out this morning, or assisted calving, because it was coming out backwards and its feet weren't coming out, it was just its tail, so had to get its feet out and pull it. And last year I think we did like 1 over the whole calving, so obviously quite a lot more this year, and I put it down to just the cows being in better condition. The calves are bigger, so the cows are, the odd cows finding it a little bit harder. But it is good. Like, it is a good thing, I think. Cows are in great nick, so hopefully we're going to see that production-wise this year. And bigger calves is awesome. Like bigger replacement calves, I just find they do a lot better. I've just come back to this book because I was a little bit interested to see how many replacements I had been up to by about now. And you can see I've tagged number 40, which is there, 39, 38. So say 40, that was on the 28th. So give it a day or 2. Whereas this year I have tagged 28 of, so I've got 28 in the shed that I've tagged. 2 of those are bull calves that I rear for the rugby club and also the IHC. And there's another 10 I haven't tagged, I think. So that would bring me to 36. So you could say it's about the same again. I was a little bit worried that I wasn't getting enough replacements because we have had a big run of bull calves. The other day we had 9 cows calve and they were all bulls. And I've just come to check on them. This cow's just calved 164 and she's at a heifer. So there we go, swings and roundabouts I guess you could say. And I need another, what did I say there was? I need about another 30 replacements. And there is currently about 80 cows here left in the Springer mob that I can take replacements from, so I should get that. Even at a ratio of like, you know, for say 55 to 60% bull calves, I should still get enough replacements. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That's a Brisbane calf, or its father was called Brisbane. Haven't had too many of them yet. Pretty happy about that, as he looks like he could be quite a good bull. But geez, there is a cold wind today. It's actually been really windy, and the wind's coming from the south down there, straight off the mountains like Ruapehu, Tongariro. There'd be a bit of snow down there now, and it is fresh. It is really fresh. It's nice when the sun comes out, but geez, it's cold when it doesn't. Now fast forward a couple more days, it's less windy today. Not as sunny, but it is warm. So the results have come back from our pickup, and we've actually got 2 results back now because we've sent 2 lots of milk. Hopefully you guys can see this all right, but we sent 1,340 litres in that first pickup, 135 solids. Cell count was 230, which isn't too bad for like the start. It's better than over 400, so we're fine there. The only thing that we got an alert for was because of the back doe. So the back doe scan there says it's over 20,000, so it's a B rating. And you just get an alert, it's not a grade, so that's all right. I mean, we're sort of always going to expect to get something on that first one. And then this was the second pickup, so we sent 1,760 solids, so a little bit more. 182 milk solids. The cell count actually went up a little bit, and the back doe results for this pickup's fine. It's under 20,000, so it's an A. But hopefully the cell count will come down over a little bit of time, so you can see that light blue line there. It sort of trends down. Once the milk gets diluted by pretty much just the volume that's going in, so as we start to send more, the cell count should start to drop. And it would be nice to be under 200 within a week, and then in about a month's time I'd be like to be down to about 100, but I guess time will tell. Hopefully we are. That's a pretty good start to the season. We are a little bit ahead of where we were last year, but it's nothing really to look at because I mean it's only 2 pickups and it's nothing in the scheme of things. Plus we like that day earlier, so we sort of were going to be by just a little bit I think, but yeah, it's a good start to the season. Pretty happy with it. Nothing major's gone wrong. But I am down at this calf sheds here, and the girls are waiting patiently by the gate. There's, I think, 35 in the big pen here. And what I'm going to do today is let them out into this calf paddock here. So there's just a few too many now that it makes it a little bit hard feeding them with the feeders. So I'm going to feed them with a trail feeder, and it's just easier and faster doing it that way from now on. All those calves in there are good at drinking, so they can head out here, and it's nice and warm at the moment, so they'll be loving it. The sun's not out, but when it is, they'll certainly love it, and it is a cool time of the year. It's one of the funnest things to do is let calves out onto grass because they go crazy. Come on, watch out. Come on in. Look. Well, they're pretty happy, and for the afternoon they can just figure out their new environment. I actually fed them a little bit less this morning, so hopefully they are quite hungry this afternoon and they latch on to the feeder alright. I'd say they will. Look at that, I don't know, it's good. It's so cool watching them go crazy. You can't have a feed yet. It's my first year using these shavings, and I actually quite like it. Like, I think it's just stayed a lot cleaner than the wood chip. But these are the other girls that are still in the shed. So there's 5 in here, and I'm just waiting for them to be good at drinking. They are actually pretty good, but once they get a little bit better, they will be heading outside. And then these calves over here, there's 6 over here. They are from this morning. 2 were from this morning and 4 were from yesterday. I need to put the back feeder on, which is down at the cow shed. Had a bit of a flat tyre too, so it's been fixed. Looks pretty good now. I'm not sure if Dad took it to town or just pumped it up, but it's not flat on the bottom now. I just need the teats and it's good to go. There's 22 teats on that back feed and then 13 on either side, and I was wondering whether I could get away without using one side one, but that would be 35 and it might be a little bit too much of a tight squeeze, so I'll just fill the whole thing up. Good timing. Well, that's not too bad, 23.50. Little samples. That's what they test out of the milk. Awesome, thank you. He was saying he's just started. They swap over at 4 o'clock, so they have 2 drivers per truck and they run 12-hour shifts. I can't remember. There is, what do they do? 2 nights, 2 days, and then 4 days off, or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but he's only just started, so that's probably one of his first pickups and his first load. But we never usually get them this early. Like, this is incredibly early. Usually they come at the night time, but it would be handy if they did come during the day, because then we can wash the vat out. It also means the chillers don't have to work as hard keeping the milk cool, and yeah, it's quite nice if you put a hot wash through. You don't have to do it in the morning when you get up, so you can have sort of, 5 minutes longer in bed, but it is what it is. A little bit of a trick getting this feeder nice and level too. All of the carbs are inside the barn. No, that's not going to work. Well, that's pretty good. They're sort of all on now. We're having a good feed. Perfect, look at that. Awesome. What are you doing, mister? You look pretty full anyway. There's one that needs replacing though. That teat's had it. Oh yeah, big time.
Is at the back on the...
Well, that actually went better than expected. I thought it might take a little bit to get them all on, but once they get it, they sort of get it, so they should be right in the morning. And they're usually pretty hungry in that morning feed, so that's going to make it pretty easy though. Like I said, there's another 5 in there. They'll be out the next day or two. They're drinking pretty well. And it's just the new ones, and I just had a quick count up. There's 32 here, I think. I better actually just double check myself on that, plus the 5 in there, 37, and then the 6 over there. So that's probably that shed full, and what I really need to do now is probably move in to the other bay. Need another 20 20 odd calves, 22 calves, and that will be all the replacements sorted. One of the cool things though is that once the tanker does pick up the milk, it comes straight to my phone and it'll say how many litres it's got, and then all the other information like the solids and sow count won't come through till tomorrow lunchtime. But if you click into there, you can see that it's actually jumped up quite a bit, and we will be probably a little bit up for the season. It will climb because we're getting more cows in the vat, but yeah, it's good to see. But that will pretty much wrap this video up, guys. I have changed the settings like halfway through on my camera. It was shooting in linear mode, which means the picture looks quite close. And I was watching like an old video on my old camera, and it was sort of zoomed out a little bit more, and it looked better, I thought. So I've changed it to from linear to wide. So hopefully it's all right. Hopefully it comes up and it doesn't look like a big fisheye. But my day's pretty much over now. I'm going to go and check on those cows over there to see if there's any new calves. It did look like there was the old one that was trying to calve this afternoon, or that might be getting close. So I'll just go and have a little look, and that's me. So give it a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. And apart from that, see you next time.